Nation of ACC Kickoff Media Days 2025 Year of Our Lord. We're here with a very insanely special guest, Mr. Gary.
How are you today?
How you doing? For those that don't know, everything that you do and more about your body of work, can you tell the people in the audience how special that you are and your role that you serve in currently?
Well, I'm very blessed to be in Atlanta, which is a lot of media calls the capital of college football.
It is.
We've had just in this year, we'll have hosted the CFP quarterfinal game with Arizona State, Texas. The
Amazing
national
game.
championship game with Notre Dame and Ohio State. And January 9th this year, we got the semifinal in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So all three major CFP events basically in one calendar year. And then we start the season this year with two great ACC-SEC matchups.
Yes.
In our Aflac kickoff game, we got a lot of orange in the first game on Saturday, August 30th.
Syracuse versus Tennessee.
Syracuse, Tennessee. And then we'll play that at noon on ABC. And then 27 hours later, we'll play at 3 o'clock with South Carolina, Virginia Tech. So two great ACC-SEC games, should be sold out, and great way to start the season.
I'm super excited for the games. We're going to talk about them in a second. For those people that might be unaware of the logistics and the behind-the-scenes involvement, can you take us behind the curtain a little bit and peel it back for us and like what goes into setting up these games?
Well, it's a great question. I just saw Pat Narduzzi of Pitt up there, and he just got his AD on the line, and we just talked about setting up a kickoff game in the future with Pitt.
Yeah.
So,
wow, that's breaking news.
Yeah, you basically talk to a lot of coaches here, ADs if they're here, and find out who wants to play who has openings. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube.
Trying to fit it all together.
And then you got to work the tickets, you got to work the financial, you got to work with the TV. So it's a lot of fun because I like a challenge. And we've been doing this 18 straight years, and
18.
we've built a brand now that people want to play in our game. And so, it's a lot of fun for me, and my staff does a tremendous job. So even with two games within 27 hours, working with the Mercedes-Benz staff, they'll pull it off because they execute flawlessly.
They do a great job. I've been Mercedes-Benz three different times now for events. And
great stadium, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like really marvel of the world. Really one of the meccas, not only for college football, but if you're going to have the capital of college football be in Atlanta, it only makes sense for the stadium and the architecture, the field, the capacity, even going down to like a micro level, the concessions and how cheap they are for the fans to help with the overall experience. Mercedes-Benz, and shout out to Arthur Blank and Mr. Blank on what he does.
Give Arthur Blank all the credit in the world.
100%.
Yeah, he really wanted a great fan experience. And like you said, concessions, even on the third level, with having a 100-yard bar.
Yes.
Having now, this year, they're just implementing a 700-seat suite up on the third level. No one thinks about the third level. They always think about the club level.
Premium suite.
Yeah, exactly.
All that type stuff.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. So, Mr. Gary, let's talk about the Syracuse versus Tennessee matchup first.
Yeah.
Saturday, August the 30th. Everything's going to be kicked off in the Aflac kickoff game. National ranking between Syracuse and Tennessee. Virginia Tech and South Carolina is going to be the day after. You said 27 hours?
Within 27 hours.
I don't know how the team's going to pull it off behind the scene, but look, it's going to be crazy. So in the first one, we got Syracuse, Tennessee taking on each other. And the average attendance for these games since the creation in 2008 has been 65,000 people in attendance showing up and showing love. We've attracted over 1.38 million fans just for the coverage of this game. And the kickoff game by itself has had 11 national coaches of the year. So when I look at the combination of coaches, 97 first-round draft picks, the amount of exposure and capital gained and earned, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to this experience with Syracuse and Tennessee first? I guess you could say deeper than the game.
It's interesting. Those two games, our two Aflac kickoff games and our Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, in the SEC championship game, are going to be 4 of the 5 largest conventions in the city of Atlanta, which is the 4th largest convention town in the United States, behind Las Vegas, Chicago, and Orlando. So that goes to show how important college football is to the city of Atlanta from a economic impact standpoint, tourism, tax revenue standpoint. And these all happen on these are annual events. Conventions, you may get a convention that it may not come back for 5 or 10 years. We're doing this on an annual basis with college football. So, it's a lot of fun to be involved in, and we got great staff, great volunteers, a great board, and great fans to, as you said, attend and sell out these games.
It's going to be all for a cause for the Aflac kickoff game.
Yeah.
Kickoff for a cause. It's all about driving awareness and raising funds for Aflac and the Peach Bowl, and the joint commitment to supporting children with cancer. So, if you want something that you can get behind and support, that's something that everybody can support. Cancer and trying to cure it through.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah.
That's important.
It's very important. They're going to be supporting 14 promising clinical drug trials for children that are absolutely trying to change their lives. And that's just some of the nuggets beyond the game that makes it so special for this. Now, when we talk about on the field, Syracuse representing the ACC, Tennessee representing the SEC. We have a battle where the Volunteers hold a 3-0 record. So they're desperately trying to change that all time. What do you see? How do you feel like these teams stack up on the field?
Well, both teams finished top 20 last year. Tennessee made the playoffs. Syracuse didn't. But Fran Brown, who came from Georgia, is doing a heck of a job at Syracuse. It's going to be interesting because we don't know much about the quarterbacks, in that we're talking about 2 transfer quarterbacks, Steve Angeli or Ricky Collins. Angeli came from Notre Dame to Syracuse. Ricky Collins came from LSU. So they're battling out to see who will start for Syracuse. And then in Tennessee, Nico goes to UCLA, and Aguilar comes from UCLA to Tennessee.
So we got quarterback controversy, swaps, and everything.
Trade there. So don't know much about the quarterbacks and how they'll do, but both teams are going to compete for not only their ACC and SEC titles, but to try and get back into the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in the semifinal in the playoffs.
Yeah, you changed the way that we look at the opening week in college football, and you really drastically changed how we the fans soak it up and experience it. What do you feel like makes a great kickoff weekend and experience?
Well, it's a great point. We basically changed the face of college football on the front side of the season, because prior to us starting this kickoff game format, most teams would play a non-directional school, win 50-0, and the coaches really couldn't learn anything about their players because there wasn't much competition. What coaches tell me from Saban and Smart and Sweeney and Beamer, most teams will they'll go from week 1 to week 2 is the most improvement. And why? Because they have live film. And if you have live film against good competition, you can coach your kids up individually and collectively. So these games are important for that, number one. Number two, the off-season workouts, because these guys know they're going to play on a big stage against big competition. So their off-season workouts go to a whole new level. And thirdly, the CFP selection committee uses these games as a differentiation point when they start to make decisions about who gets in the playoffs. So
absolutely.
These games are crucial at the beginning of the season.
For sure. We're going to quickly talk about Virginia Tech and South Carolina that are taking on each other. 21st meeting between Virginia Tech Hokies and South Carolina Gamecocks. Gamecocks hold an 11-7-2 all-time record versus the Hokies. And South Carolina defeated Virginia Tech 28-21 during the 1991 season. So it's been a while since we got this matchup.
This is the Beamer Bowl.
Beamer. There's so many bloodline, just nuggets and feels that come from this game.
Yeah,
what are you What are you looking forward to most for this matchup?
Well, we're going to honor Frank and Cheryl Beamer before the game. Yeah,
that's going to be
very
amazing.
Close friends of ours. Frank has won our golf tournament, the Peach Bowl Challenge. He's won a kickoff game. He's won a bowl game. And he's won the Dodd Trophy, all the things that we're involved in.
Yes.
And so we're going to honor him before the game, and he's going to do the invocation. And then, South Carolina, Lenoris is going to be up for the Heisman Trophy. They're top 15 in the country. Virginia Tech is trying to get over the hump, so it's going to be a very competitive game. A lot of garnet in this one, a lot of orange in the first one.
Yeah, for sure. This is the 50th year of the Dodd Trophy, a coaching award that honors more than just wins. When you look at leaders like Brom, Cristobal, Key, Sweeney in this conference at the ACC, what separates a great football coach from a transformational one?
Yeah, great question. We use the Dodd Trophy It's the most coveted College Coach of the Year award because it not only deals with winning on the field, but what did you do in your community to give back?
Yes.
And then also, what did you do in graduating your kids? So it stands with the 3 pillars of scholarship, leadership, and integrity. And you named a lot of ACC coaches there. They do a great job in the school. They do a great job in their community. And now they've got to do it on the field to get a chance to win the Dodd Trophy.
I'm so gracious and appreciative of your time.
Oh, thank you. Great interview.
Thank you.
Have a great season.
We really
Come
are.
visit us in Atlanta.
We in Atlanta. That's easy. We gonna kick the season and the tour off in Atlanta at Center Park Stadium for the MEAC SWAC kickoff challenge. We're gonna be doing that
with John
weekend.
Grant.
So it's
John Grant does a great job.
Amazing job. So it's our hope that if you would have us, that we could kick it off with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, come on over.
Look, we'd love to have you, Mr. Gary.
Yeah.
Gary Stoken, CEO and president of the Peach Bowl. Thank you for joining us on CFB Nation.
Thank you.
Can you
so
look
much.
into the camera and tell the people, shout out to College Football Nation?
Shout out to College Football Nation, man.
Yes, sir.
You're the best.
Appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Good interview. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that. So where are you guys in Atlanta? Where are you in Atlanta? I live in Stanford. Oh, you're in Decatur. It's a great city. Yeah.
Is it live or just okay?
You're doing the MEAC SWAC challenge. So MEAC SWAC is HBCU. Yeah, I know. Who's playing? We got Southern University. Norfolk State. Go ahead.
Okay. So right now I got with me Demond Claiborne.
Yep.
First of all, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing yourself?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. You know, beautiful morning, sunshine. I can't really complain. For real. So how'd y'all get here for fly in? How was that? So how was the travel and everything?
Yeah, so traveling was well. We actually got on the bus yesterday after practice, and we came down. On actually one of the tennis buses, on one of the golf buses. I mean, and it was a great vibe. Got a chance to talk to Coach Dickert, and some of the other guys is here with me. That whole hour 30 ride there, and it was good to be a part of for sure.
Okay, so I talked to you a little bit before our interview. I asked about your brothers. You got 4 of them, including the twin, and they all play football, correct?
Yep.
How did that prepare you growing up? Cause I know it had to be some moments, cause are you the youngest?
I'm the second oldest. So my twin is actually older than me by 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, growing up in that environment is definitely always fun. Having a single mom in a house with 5 boys definitely allows you to become tough and gritty, and it was a lot of blood in that house growing up. And so definitely appreciate my brothers and all the things they allow me to do and the ways they push me and challenge me mentally, physically, as a man growing up has definitely been something cool to be a part of. And so growing up in that environment definitely has allowed me to become gritty and a tough player.
And were y'all just football athletes, or were y'all football, baseball, basketball?
We really stayed away from baseball.
Okay.
We really won't messing with that ball coming that fast at you.
Hey,
but
people don't realize that's hard to hit like a 90-power ball, man.
That is hard to hit. But we mainly stayed in football. Basketball was a big one. As I got to high school, I tried soccer. My twin tried soccer.
Okay.
So we dibbled and dabbled into different sports, but the main 2 definitely was football and basketball.
Okay. So let's jump into your college career. You've been at Wake Forest 3 years, and last year you rushed for 1,000 yards. Was that a goal you had, just going into last year? And if so, what's some goals you got going into this year individually?
Yeah, I think at the start of last season, I really didn't set a set goal to reach when it came to rushing yards or receiving yards. I kind of just it would be my first time starting, so my main focus was going out there and doing everything the right way, and it definitely got in games where we needed to run the ball more, and that was something that I was for. But my mind and my vision was definitely solely for what can DC do to help the Deeks win, and that's how we that was my mindset and my focus going into the season last year.
Okay. And first year head coach Jake Dickert. What's been the biggest difference in the coaching staff, in the previous coaching staff and his coaching staff?
I would say energy.
Okay.
Coach Dickert came in team meeting room and was on fire. Everybody was moving. We got special teams meeting came in. We got something called Wake the Demons. So we stand up every morning early and scream to the top of our lungs, and so having a coach that wants you to be involved and, almost forces you to be engaged with the team and, be interactive and be moving during team meetings and be active during those team meetings was definitely something that allowed me to, want to feel like I want to be in this program and be around these coaches and, meet my new teammates and learn from my new teammates. And so Coach Dickert coming in has definitely provided, a reawakening that the Demon Deacons needed for a little while. And I'm excited to have him in, and I'm ready to go to work with him.
And, he got a new team and everything. So what kind of activities has he done to get to know y'all and everything?
Yeah, so one day in the winter we had a workout 6 a.m. at the stadium, and typically was our mat drills type workouts, and so we get there and everybody's preparing to go out and go to war, and then he's like, hey, we're gonna play ultimate football and tug of war. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so having a coach that knows when it's okay to take a step back and be college athletes and be college kids and not have to worry about all of the other things is major, because, having a coach to see you and to be involved and to understand that, football is the main thing, but it's okay to, take a step away and, to have fun sometimes. And so just having a coach coming in and, putting those things in front of us. And, we play tug of war also and paintball, and we have cookouts at his house, and so having a coach who's, very in tune to us and wants to learn us and invested in us is what's major and what's real, and is the big reason why I stayed at Wake Forest.
So you talked about like a little bit having fun, him being relaxed and everything, and you've been at Wake Forest for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's been your favorite spot on campus for those 3 years?
Honestly, the training room, but it could also
off the field.
My house. I'm kind of low key, laid back. I like to, kick it alone. I like to play the piano sometimes. I got a keyboard at my crib, so I'll go home sometimes and get on that and hang out with a lot of guys. But other than that, I try to go to football, go to class, and get us home as fast as I can.
What's some we gonna get a little bit more into you now. What's like some hobbies that you got and everything outside of playing the piano, of course, as you just said?
Yeah, I mean, so I like to write a lot. Typically I'll wake up, get my day started, but if I have like a heavy mind or heavy heart, or I feel like the game is becoming too much, and because I'm so boxed in, sometimes I just go to my notes and I might write a thought out, or just write a goal out, and then which is cool to see, because if the problem's not big and I forget it, when I go back and check my notes, it's just another way for me to say, hey, I got over this, and these were the steps I took to get over it. So it made it so writing has allowed me to become more expressive, allowed me to be more in tune to my emotions and my mental health, and ultimately as a college athlete, that's what matters the most, is the mental health and putting yourself first when it comes to deciding what's best for you and your life. And so writing has definitely picked up for me.
If it was one sentence you can use to describe Wake Forest student section, how would you describe it?
Loyalty until extinct. Yeah.
Okay, so can we? So this is Demond Claiborne. Can we get a shout out to College Football Nation?
What's up, College Football Nation? Running back Demond Claiborne here. Hope you all doing well. Tune in. Kennesaw State coming up. Go Deeks.
Yep. And then finally, what can Wake Forest fans expect this upcoming season from you and the team?
No more slow mesh. No more slow mess.
All right, man. That'd be the interview, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome to Bull Rush, the ultimate arena where competition meets strategy. Bull Rush is your gateway to high-energy challenges where skill earns rewards and champions rise. Challenge your friends in fantasy sports, picking competitions where every decision counts. Prove you really know the game by climbing the leaderboard, outsmarting your rivals, and locking in bragging rights. It's a battle of instincts, strategy, and sports knowledge. Ready to make your picks? Visit bullrush.com today. Are you in?
Oh, bro. Welcome to our live coverage of ACC kickoff here in Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful Queen City. We are welcomed at the Hilton, Charlotte Uptown, for a radio row. It's Moon. It's the governor.
Man,
How you feeling so far? It's been an interesting morning.
yes, man.
Interesting night.
Going back to Cali. Yeah, it's been an interesting morning, but it's been a great morning, man. You guys killed it.
Yeah.
Left one of these cores at the house, had to run back home. You know, that's always fun, and we enjoyed ourselves last night too.
Yeah, we did.
Shout out to Bull Rush, man. Shout out to the good folks over at Bull Rush. Hey, Jalen, do me a favor. Pan
Just a little bit.
towards Moon, just a little bit.
So yeah, towards me.
Right there. Hey, creative director Mike would be so proud, bro. Jalen did his thing. Hey, man. W interviews, man. Shout out to Wake Forest. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to all those programs who, you know, when we interviewed them and reached out to them, you know, for ACC Media Days, you know, for these interviews, man, and they get the response that we get, and they were able to get all of their players to us. They bear with us while we were with the Peach Bowl. So that it's been dope. What's been some of your favorite moments so far?
So far, that steak yesterday was hitting, bro.
Was it?
For lunch, I mean, boy, that was up there. All jokes aside, being able to talk to Gary Stoken from the Peach Bowl, that was up there because, you know, I didn't realize all the logistics and everything that go on behind the scenes just to run 2 kickoff games in 27 hours. Like, that's really insane to think about with, you know, Syracuse versus Tennessee on August the 30th, and then you got Virginia Tech versus South Carolina on the 31st.
Right.
He talked about that, the Bobby Dodd Award, you know, a little bit about Atlanta being a college football capital, which is, in my opinion, is facts. And that was one of my favorite moments. Cal yesterday was amazing, treated us with so much love. And then today, Wake Forest, I don't got nothing but love for y'all, man. Y'all been treating us amazing so far. Shout out to y'all staff. And then beyond that, I'm just excited for a jam-packed day. We got power players in the house, techs in the house, for the States in the house. You know, Wake, of course, is in the house. So it's been spicy so much. And Jalen even said Florida State came in with the maroon suits and everything, bust down. So, you know, it's a good atmosphere. Being on Radio Row is interesting because you can see all the things going on around us, but it's definitely busy down here. But we're right in the madness in the post of it. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the conversation that we having with all of these players, coaches, people of importance here at ACC Radio Row. And check out Bull Rush, our proud sponsors that are taking care of us for
Shout out to the gang,
ACC
man.
kickoff and American Athletic Conference kickoff that will be on Thursday and Friday for us. You know, shameless plug. So yeah, bro, it's been a great time. What you looking forward to? We still got maybe what? Really, Michael Strickland's supposed to be coming on soon.
Yep, at 10:30.
10:30. But yeah, outside of that, got a jam-packed day. We're gonna be talking to Syracuse today. I'm excited about that.
Taylor Tannenbaum.
Taylor Tannenbaum's gonna be in the house today. That's gonna be
ACC
a good
Network.
look.
That's gonna be a really good look.
Yeah, it's gonna be some great players, or power players. That's gonna be talked to today. And more importantly, you doing your show today?
Yeah, Governor College Football. We definitely doing that today.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for that today. So after Strickland, I think we got a huge drop off. I think 1:20 p.m. will be our next thing after we interview Mr. Strickland. So after that interview, we're gonna go to Chow, and then maybe I'll start Governor of College Football around 12:30. And Taylor Tannenbaum will close off the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely doing Governor of College Football today. thank you everybody for bearing with me on the show. I like to give y'all 5 hours every week, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Of shows. So I haven't, because of all of the travel and the schedule, haven't been as crazy, but we've been giving y'all crazy content here. In beautiful Queen City. And we enjoyed the Queen City last night. Shout out to Zodiacs.
Shout out to Zodiac.
we had a blast there. I'm telling you, anybody who's watching this, we get a lot of sponsors, and I get emails from a bunch of people every day. Moon gets emails from a bunch of people every day. This is to any podcast network, any TV show people. This has nothing to do with college football, but Weez and Maul need their own television show.
They do. The Adventures of Weez and Maul.
The Adventures of Weez and Maul, bro. I promise you. It would do numbers, man, because these dudes are hilarious, man. So I think ACC, for me this year, going into it, was going to be more enjoyable because, you and I both felt the last few years were a little too serious. Like, we love this sport.
Too buttoned up.
Yeah, too buttoned up. This is the official kickoff. Even though we don't do off season, we've been, creating content the entire time. But, like, with this being the official kickoff, we're on Radio Row. We do got some conversations we got to have with a few programs today. Yes.
Louisville.
Yeah. Georgia Tech, who Moon is there, for our entire season. A couple conversations, man. But I think we are about to get started. Give me one second.
Listen, everybody, we about to be joined with a special guest. Special guest coming up. We are about to talk to Michael Strickland, ACC Senior Vice President for Football. How you doing? I told you we was going to stay safe. We made it back in one piece.
All right.
And we still enjoyed the night.
Good.
We got the energy for you today.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. It looks like you came back. It looks like you glowing, feeling good.
It's a great day.
It is a great day
to be here.
So, for the people that might not know the fullness or the capacity of your role, can you tell them more about your role, I guess, in layman's terms?
Sure. I'm the ACC's effectively the sport administrator for football, so I oversee the administration of just about everything we do specifically in football. So that's scheduling, working with ESPN on the television program associated with our games, our officiating program, all of our bowl game agreements, run our championship game, administer our regular season and all the game management and football operations policies that we've got. And then, serve on a number of committees nationally to represent the ACC at things like Football Oversight Committee at the NCAA, AFCA, National Football Foundation, things like that. So it's
I'm beyond
very fun
honored.
job.
I'm beyond honored to be able to speak to you. Like, for real. You've been the heartbeat behind ACC football for over a decade now. And the operations part of it has changed. And when you look back at your start in 2013 to where we are now, how would you say that the behind the scenes has shifted or changed or altered since your start to where you are?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's probably easier to say what hasn't changed.
We can do that too.
Than what has. Like, the game in between the white lines hasn't really changed that much.
You still feel like it's beautiful?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's the greatest sport
In the world. Yeah.
But everything outside the lines has changed. I'm going into my 13th season. So I started in 2013. It was intense then. A lot more intense now.
Mm-hmm.
The level of investment that programs, teams, coaches, players have made is through the roof. The expectations, the pressure is through the roof. Because you make investment, you want return
on that investment,
right? This event, it's double in size. That's what it was
in 2013,
12 years ago. We got over 800 folks like yourself that are here to cover ACC football.
We're super gracious to you, by the way.
Those are all great problems. That's not a problem, but if you viewed it as a great problem to have.
Yeah. From the logistics and the behind the scenes elements
and
of it.
certainly the finances that have flowed into the sport over the last 10 years. You heard Commissioner's speech yesterday. I think our revenue is up 100 and something %. In 10 years, that's pretty good.
You ain't telling nobody.
That's pretty good. But a lot of that, all that's in the past, and what you know, football is about the next play. So our job is about the next day and continuing to rise to the occasion and deliver value for our membership and do what's in the best interest of the ACC, our programs. But at the same time, we're current caretakers of the great game of college football.
Protectors of the sport.
And we need to leave it as good as we found it, at a minimum, preferably better than we found it, and then turn it over to those that will come after us.
Yeah. I really do appreciate that answer. I could tell just based off of your response that you really do care. Like, you really do care. And I mean, I feel like you wear your heart on the sleeve, but like even behind the scenes in the operations elements, talking to head coaches, like you really see the full chessboard.
Well, these jobs, working in college football, if it's not in your blood and kind of, you know, your life, that you will not succeed. It's hard enough to succeed when you do care, but you got to be totally committed 24/7, 365. And you got to love what you do. You got to have a lot of family support.
Let's stay there.
To work in the job, to be a player, to be a coach, to be a staff member. You got to have that support structure that allows you to put the time in that it takes. Because if you're not putting in the time, your competition is.
Yeah,
and you certainly, you may win, you may lose, but you don't want to get outworked. And we view it the same way at our office. That we want to work as hard as we can to be as supportive of our programs as possible.
Honestly, I want to stay there in the family element. How's like your family support structure shifted over the years? Especially with all the sacrifices, you know, that they have to make, because obviously they want your time.
Well, I'm very fortunate it hasn't shifted. I've had the support from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a family affair. We all love the ACC. We certainly care deeply about football and ACC football, and we're all in, totally committed, and have been for 12 now, going on to 13 years. So very fortunate in that regard.
Absolutely. You help craft the football schedule every single year. And it's a process that's part science, part strategy, and part politics. What does that process really look like if you pull back the curtain and let us behind the scenes? Let's just take this year and the current schedule that we have.
So we've got a long-term scheduling rotation. So we pre-declare, and that's a project in and of itself where you determine, hey, for the next 5, 6, 7 years, these teams are going to play one another on this type of a rotation. So you do that work well in advance. And then each December and January, we set those opponents to the calendar in a cadence. You know, which week will Team A play Team B? And so that's a discussion that's collaborative in nature with ESPN, because we're certainly trying to build a schedule. We've got certain parameters that govern and protect the fairness and equity of a schedule. That we wouldn't have you play 4 straight weeks on the road. That's not allowed. We got a rule that says you can't do it more than 2 weeks in a row.
Really? Okay.
We try to balance out where the open date is. Many seasons are one open date. People oftentimes call it a bye. But if you only get one, you don't want that to happen in week 2.
That's going to be sabotage.
And then force a team to play 11 straight games when everybody else gets one in the middle, right? So we've got parameters and guidelines that keep us within, you know, the boundary lines there. Schools will have requests. Hey, we're going to be on fall break the 3rd weekend in October. We'd rather not have a game at home while our students aren't on campus. We've booked the stadium for a concert. We have to be on the road because the venue's not available. All sorts of things like that go into the construction. It's kind of a jigsaw puzzle.
Trying to put it all together.
Good sized jigsaw puzzle. And then you sit with ESPN, and we have mutually shared goals. We're trying to maximize our exposure. Our teams want to be seen. Our players want to play on the highest in the highest spotlight that they can. So they give us a lot of guidance and recommendations and requests. And we put all that into the pot, you know, mix up the soup and
got a little flavor
come out with the best product you possibly can. It's never perfect, but you try to maximize what you deliver for all of our different constituents.
Yeah. So when you go into these rooms like the AFCA or the NCAA, how do you carry the voice of the ACC in those rooms and like be a great representative of the ACC?
Relationship development. So the folks that you're meeting with nationally, your peers in other conferences, we work hard and put a lot of time into building genuine and meaningful relationships, understanding their backgrounds, their perspectives, so that you've got a nice foundation of trust from which you can have honest dialogue and then try to reach consensus. We try to find areas where do we agree. We don't need to start with what we disagree on.
That's gonna be tough,
right? Let's start where we agree, because oftentimes we all agree on 75-80% of it, whatever it is, and then you can confirm that, and that just leads to more positive and productive conversations. And then before you get into those types of meetings or calls or what have you, you have to have spent the time with your own membership to understand their perspectives. So communication,
relationship building,
collaboration, helping. Oftentimes, you're just the moderator, certainly internally, of our, like for example, our head football coaches. When we're trying to help them reach an opinion, it really doesn't matter what my opinion is. I'm there to moderate and facilitate their conversation
on their behalf,
and then carry forward and represent what their view is. So that's how we try to approach it.
That's amazing. Thank you for pulling back the curtain for that. When you talk about the evolution of the ACC and where we are, can you give us like a drone shot perspective of like behind the scenes and the vision of where we want to go, let's say the next 5-10 years, especially since everybody uses the pivot point of 2030 as like this kind of fork in the road for ACC football, because there's teams we're not gonna mention that got exit fees coming, and that's a reduced down lower Clemson, Florida State. But what's the greater vision for where we are for the ACC's evolution?
I'm not sure I or we subscribe to the notion that there's some sort of a pivot point at any certain date or time. Our job on a daily basis is to have all the pieces in place for all 17 of our programs to have a fair and believable pathway to success in everything that they do. For our office, it's across all sports. For me, it's in the sport of football. And we feel great about where we are right now. I feel great about where we are right now. That if you're a student athlete and you're considering where you want to go play college football, any of the 17 ACC schools they have all heavily invested. You can get rev share. You can get your rev share money from any ACC school, just the same and just as much as you can get from anywhere else. We've got just as nice, if not better, facilities than any other collection of schools in the country. We play a very difficult intra-conference schedule. We also challenge ourselves with the strongest non-conference schedule on an annual basis of any conference in the country.
That's facts.
Our games, if your team is good enough, your games will be on ABC, ESPN, on national prime time and 3:30 time slots, and our college game day will come to your campus and your games. And oh, by the way, for your life after football, which everyone has, you can get a world-class education for free.
For free. And be degreed.
So you can have it all as a player, a coach, a staff member, a fan of any ACC football program. And I think you saw last season how quickly fortunes can change in this modern era of college football.
Yes, like Florida State.
Would you have predicted that SMU, Indiana, and Arizona State would have been in the college football playoff at this event last year?
No.
I don't know that many people in this room would have voted for those three teams to all be in the college football playoff. So who will be those breakthrough teams this year, right? And then next year, with the freedom of movement from the transfer portal, with the revenue share that's now in place, that's consistent across the country, there's no reason for any fan base and any school not to be optimistic that if we invest, make good hiring decisions, recruit smartly, train, develop, work hard, play well, we can win it all from the ACC.
Absolutely. We saw College Game Day go out to Berkeley last year for the Miami game. That was such a wonderful experience. We got blessed with an amazing game, too. controversy all the way to the end. So that's amazing.
Yeah, the two most impressive scenes from College Game Day last year were at ACC games.
Yes.
Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Ireland
Yes.
for week 0. And then the game you just mentioned.
Yes, with not Florida, Berkeley, with Cal and Miami earlier in the year. So you talked about ESPN earlier. Like, what do you think of this current 2025 schedule and all the different matchups that we have that are going to be televised on ESPN? And like, are those games, like, as we get to the year, are those games going to be able to be flexed into like more spots for more exposure, more discoverability?
We've got a robust schedule. Certainly in week 1, they've got 3 windows on ABC Saturday, noon, 3:30, and 7:30, and we're in all 3 of them. That's a pretty good start.
Yes, sir.
We've got a doubleheader on Sunday with Virginia Tech playing South Carolina at 3:30, and then Notre Dame, Miami at in the evening, and then we've got the Monday night slot on ESPN with North Carolina hosting the Labor Day Monday night game for Monday Night Football. Our version of Monday Night Football. We set the game times and TV networks for the first 3 weeks, and we did that back in May. But once we get in the schedule, we save weeks 4 and beyond. We haven't declared the game times and TV networks. So we do, using your term flex, we do on a 12-day or 6-day selection cycle, analyze the opportunities with ESPN, and ultimately they make the final decision of which games, so that you can earn it's not predetermined in the off season who's playing. You earn your way into those time slots. If you think ABC is the most valuable, you earn your way into it by winning games and being relevant in the national landscape. If you're relevant in the college football playoffs discussion, ESPN's going to put you in as big of a spotlight as they've got.
That's such a great thing, because like that's value for all 17 schools to say that, like you said, you put the work in, like we'll give you the windows that we know you can succeed and thrive in. That's amazing. Can you talk about something else that's amazing? Your evolution from Florida Citrus Sports to the ACC front office. What can you give us like a backstory on how that came to be?
Well, when I worked at Florida Citrus Sports, they're a bowl partner of the ACC, so through those 9 years, got to know and build really strong relationships with a number of folks in the ACC office. And so my predecessor at the ACC, Michael Kelly, who's now the athletic director at Navy, left this role to become the chief operating officer of the college football playoff when it first started. So they had a vacancy, and I had really good relationships with them, and had a lot of transferable skills working on the bowl game and the business side of that, and running the events and operations. Dovetailed nicely into this job, so it just worked out really nicely.
Yeah. Can you take fans behind the scenes and what they might not see for the ACC championship game? Because we've been there. We appreciate y'all credentialing us for like the 3rd year now, but like there's obviously people at home that just see the broadcast element. They don't see what goes on behind the scenes.
If we do our jobs right, those in attendance have a seamless experience and don't really notice anything because they had such a good time. They were like, it was a hiccup-free experience. And so we think about it, and we certainly rely upon the Carolina Panthers Bank of America Stadium staff heavily to help us run that event and manage the venue, and the Charlotte Sports Foundation as well really helps a lot. And Visit Charlotte is another great partner. So we've got partners here in town that help us develop a really good strategy. But from the moment people leave their driveway or land at Charlotte Douglas Airport to the moment they leave, driveway to driveway experience. We want the drive to the stadium, the traffic management, parking access. Were you easily able to download your ticket in your phone, in your wallet, right? Were you able to? Were the lines at the gates moving along? Did you feel safe and secure? When you got inside, could you easily find your way to your seat? Did you enjoy the concessions offerings? Did you like the content on the video board? Was the music compelling? Was the game any good? Were you entertained? Did you have fun? Did you build? Was there electricity in the building? Were you there with your family? Or I always think about a father with his son,
and what that experience like.
Yeah, or a mother with a son, or a mother with a daughter, anything, aunts and uncles, grandparents. But we always try to keep in mind, there's people in this stadium, it's their first ever championship game to attend. It's their first ever big time football game to attend. And that's going to be a memory maker for their life. And so we have an obligation to deliver on that certainly for the price paid for the ticket, we have an obligation to deliver on that. We work very, very hard year round to do so.
How do you balance football purity in the greatest sport in the world versus business reality?
That's an interesting question. You just try to use your best judgment on where there may be boundary lines. Like, and operations people always get into arguments with marketing people. Like, well, the stadium lights can flash, after they score. Well, when do we flash the lights? How long do we flash the lights? Like, and the operations people say, well, we'd like to kick the extra point, with lights on. And the marketing person says, but the fans really like the lights flashing. Like, we got to get the game. And so we have that type of fun banter all the time. But it's, again, comes back to relationships with your coworkers and your colleagues. And the marketing people's job is to push the operations people, and the operations people's job is to push back and say, no, you're taking this a little bit too far, and find the happy medium. So some days I'm more old school and don't want the lights to flash, but then when it happens and you see the kids have a good time, you're like, well, that was probably a good idea that we flashed the lights for 10 seconds after a touchdown.
Yes, sir. When it was announced last year that the ACC was partnering with the CW, I feel like it was very welcome. It felt like it was a good shift. Can you talk about like what our plans are for the CW and what the relationship has been like so far?
We've got a great relationship with them. It's executed through our relationship with ESPN, so certainly they're involved on a sub-license type of a relationship. And from a production perspective, CW has partnered with Raycom Sports to handle the production of our football games that air on CW, and we've got a 50-year relationship historically with Raycom, and Rob Reichley is executive producer. Lives here in Charlotte. We know certainly very well. But the CW folks have been awesome. They've invested into the broadcast. They've had unique cameras placements on officials. They've had drone cameras. They've had helicopter cameras. They've had microphones in unique places. They've really invested in the presentation of the game. And what's the most fun about it is that they are using sports and ACC football as a major vehicle through which they grow their business and kind of change the perception of their brand. That's neat when somebody picks you as an anchor for the new direction of their company. So we're very excited about what they do, and the national exposure, the over-the-air exposure, and it's another great platform for ACC football on a weekly basis.
Absolutely. We greatly appreciate the CW. Hey, CW, we rock what you heavy. I want to know something in your advice. What advice would you give to like young professionals or people that's out here in the CFB Nation that might be watching that want to break into this field and they watch this interview and they say, you know what Mr. Michael does is really, really cool. Like, how do you feel like they should break into this space?
Hard work. Volunteer. Show up. Do anything. If there's an internship, take it. And if they say your job this week is to move boxes from point A to point B, yes sir, yes ma'am, move the boxes. And then the more you do that type of stuff and you demonstrate the type of reliable person that you can be, with first one there, last one to leave, willing to do anything, roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. You got to prove yourself, and then those additional opportunities start to flow. Either at that company, or you develop those relationships and they introduce you to their network and vouch for you and help get you that first full-time job.
Absolutely.
But you gotta roll up your sleeves and be willing to do things that in your heart, I'm more capable. Yeah. I'm capable of more things than this.
Yes, sir.
But you gotta kind of pay your dues a little bit and work your way up that ladder.
Speaking of working the way up, when Mr. Phillips talked yesterday, we were like, oh, there he goes. We were just talking about Mr. Phillips. How's your relationship going with Mr. Phillips and in your role? And I can imagine y'all talk constantly, but like, what's that relationship like?
It's awesome. He's great to work for and with. We talked about hard work. Nobody works harder
You hear
than
that?
Commissioner Phillips.
Nobody works harder than Commissioner Phillips.
I'm not sure he sleeps. Based upon when you get phone calls and text messages and his responsiveness via email to all of his constituents, he's available 24/7, 365, and I only see really the football part. He's doing the same on our men's basketball side. He's doing the same on our women's basketball side. He shows as much. He has as much involvement and as good of a relationship with all of our men's and women's soccer coaches as he does our football coaches. His motor is unmatched, and that's motivational. That's inspiring, and also kind of sets the marker for all of us at the office. Like, this is the way the boss.
Like, nobody's gonna outwork us.
This is the way the boss works, and so he's not going to get outworked, and neither should we. So it's a lot of fun to come to work every day.
Yeah, I love the atmosphere that y'all create at the ACC. It's definitely amazing. I guess the last question, we'll do big picture. When you eventually step away from this role, whenever that is,
You getting rid of me?
no. I don't want to get rid of you at all.
Good.
We'll need you in the road, man. when you eventually step away, though, what do you want your legacy to be, or what do you want the lasting impression of you to be? Hard work.
I truly prefer being in the background. I don't even like doing these types of things.
I feel you. Hopefully, we made you comfortable.
You have. It's we try to view ourselves like service-minded approach. It's all about giving players a chance to play ball, giving coaches a chance to coach ball, and then we talked about giving families, friends, chance to have unique experiences at ball games, and kind of the joys of life. So if we can help deliver for other people, that's all the reward that you can ask for.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Before you get off the hot seat, we're going to play a game that we always play with every single guest that we have. And you're a special one. I mean, very special one. You ready? It's called Rapid Fire Questions.
Rapid fire.
All right. Your favorite ACC memory of 2024 was?
Well, we had a thrilling end to the football championship game.
That was.
I don't pull for individual teams, but it was a heck of a game and a heck of a finish between two really talented teams. So we haven't had. I think it was my first walk-off of our 12 championship games. So that was a heck of an ending.
What are the top artists on your playlist?
We just actually made a transition in our household from Amazon Music to Apple Music. So we had to rebuild all of our individual playlists, and now we share. We got a wife and two kids, so we're all, Amazon Music. We keep kicking each other off the platform, and so we had to rebuild it. My wife just made fun of me the other day for this. I don't have any songs published or written later than 1990 on my playlist, so I like oldies.
Old school. Okay. Okay.
Motown in particular.
Okay.
Is so.
He's culture,
Four Tops, Temptations. I mean, sign me up.
What's your go-to snack?
Like a chocolate peanut butter protein bar of some sort.
Okay.
You
like to be on the move,
have
though.
a little crunch to it.
I feel it. What type of things do you like to do in your off time with your family?
We love spending time at home, staycations, like just being around town with friends, going to the swimming pool. I like to play a little golf, grill out, just sit on the couch and visit. So just quality time with our family. We, while we still got the kids in the house, take advantage of that time while you got it.
If we had to talk to the CFB Nation out there and just give them some encouragement for what we can expect for ACC football in 2025, based on where you sit, what would you say?
I think there's great reason for optimism from top to bottom in the league. There's certainly a lot of attention being given to like Clemson, Miami, SMU, Louisville, but it goes much deeper than that. Our team, our coaches have really done a nice job. We've been recruiting at a very high level, both scholastically and in the transfer portal. We got some of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yes.
We got some dudes that skill positions. We got some strong offensive and defensive linemen. I think it's going to be a really competitive season. We like our chances to. We were a multi-bid CFP league last year. We kind of expect that to happen again this year. And
you think we can push for 3?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
We were right close last year. We just didn't. We had a couple teams that just didn't finish. Last year, I had a couple teams right there, just didn't get it done, and that's okay. And that happens in sports. And now I think they're pretty motivated by that bad taste that was left in their mouth. And hopefully, our teams take advantage of these great, these strong schedules that they've built and we've built with them, and finish.
Listen, we got ACC Senior Vice President for Football, Mr. Michael Strickland. Thank you so much for your time. I'm deeply humbled, honored, and just blown away by.
Thank you for your coverage of ACC football. We appreciate it.
We thank you for coming on with us.
You're
we
welcome.
greatly appreciate you. Can you say shout out to College Football Nation?
College Football Nation, we appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Mike.
Thank you.
You see you soon. This is your live coverage of ACC Media Days. We just talked for a while to an absolute dog. If you don't know that guy, chances are, you know. What's up, Director Mike? You want to say what's up to the camera? Shout out to the people. Hey, we got a video bomb. My dog Mike. Go back. Yeah, we live at ACC Radio Row. We just got done talking to Michael Strickland. Amazing interview. We're going to take a little quick ad with Bull Rush, and we're going to be right back with our live coverage.
Welcome to Bull Rush, the ultimate arena where competition meets strategy. Bull Rush is your gateway to high-energy challenges where skill earns rewards and champions rise. Challenge your friends in fantasy sports, picking competitions where every decision counts. Prove you really know the game by climbing the leaderboard, outsmarting your rivals, and locking in bragging rights. It's a battle of instincts, strategy, and sports knowledge. Ready to make your picks? Visit bullrush.com today. Are you in?
Shout out to Bull Rush. Shout out to the good folks at Bull Rush. Director Mike is in the building. Creative Director Jalen is in the building.
Hey, Mike look refreshed, man. Got some sleep.
Ah, man. What did I miss?
That's been our theme song down here, basically, while we in Charlotte.
Has been. Got a lot of people in the building right now.
Yeah.
When I tell you our overarching goal is to push this sport forward, it truly is to push this sport forward. But more importantly, I think a lot of times in order to do that, I always wanted to give people inside access. I want you guys to feel like you guys are with us wherever we're going. That's why the live view thing, we've mentioned that before. So we can start, going live from, at the end of the stadium after a crazy game. Like Mr. Strickland talked about the ACC championship. Me and Mike were there. On the field. We stormed the field. Mike was out there. It was cold that night. I had to keep going back in. And then I was like, this game's getting really good. Let me rush outside, run outside. Seeing K. Klubnik made 2 incredible throws. Kicked the field goal. We stormed the field. Guess what? Not one security stopped anybody from doing it. Media's on the field. We right there with Dabo and them. And such an incredible game. But I like that you see that one message, kind of the ordeal that we got with like West Virginia when we talked to them down at Big 12 Media Days. We got that with ACC. Mr. Strickland, Commissioner Phillips, like the biggest compliment your employee can give you is nobody is going to outwork you.
Yo, when he said that, he said you're doing the same thing for basketball, golf, softball.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's truly the fruit of your work, bro. Like to see something like that, hear something like that. He said the same relationships he has with the football coaches, men's basketball coaches, women basketball coaches, he has with the soccer coaches. And he's been outside.
Outside.
We was talking about Brett Yormark down at Big 12 Media Days and how Brett Yormark was outside. This is incredible. Moon, Jalen, great job. You guys killed your interviews. I'm going to kick off Governor of College Football at 12:30 today. We'll be live from 12:30 to 1:30, which will lead into the Taylor Tannenbaum interview. Stay put. Shout out to the good folks of Bull Rush. Shout out to my dog Trent. Shout out to my dog Neil. Truly appreciate everything you guys do for us. We will be back live 12:30. Governor of College Football. Hope everybody's ready. But hold on, we got one more message for you guys.
Welcome to Bull Rush, the ultimate arena where competition meets strategy. Bull Rush is your gateway to high-energy challenges where skill earns rewards and champions rise. Challenge your friends in fantasy sports, picking competitions where every decision counts. Prove you really know the game by climbing the leaderboard, outsmarting your rivals, and locking in bragging rights. It's a battle of instincts, strategy, and sports knowledge. Ready to make your picks? Visit bullrush.com today.